Okay, so we're going to do a little side-by-side here. If you just focus for a moment on the left-hand screen, and we're going to see, with us both rowing together, some of the improvements we can make. Of course, with the boat, it's a lot harder to sit the boat here, and with sitting the boat being a challenge, we can see as we come out of bow here, tend to carry the hands a little bit lower because we're afraid, a little bit higher rather, because we're afraid of the boat becoming destabilized. And so you can see there, Kathryn, as we come up to the catch, okay, that your hand's going to drop there rather than rise, and then we start going to get ourselves in some difficulty because inevitably from this height, okay, although Ondine there's got her blade slightly close to the water, from this height here, we really can't help but row it in because there's just too much vertical movement before we take the water. So you can see what can happen here. At this point here, your blades really want to be in. You see your shins are vertical there, okay? And we're going to see now as we roll forward how the blade travels forward before we take water. And there the blade's just covered there, and you can see, if you look back at your shins, all right, that we're sort of about a quarter of a third of the way through the drive before we've got the blade properly covered. All right, so we roll forward, and you can see the hands are having to rise quite a bit and then come down again through the drive. All right, so our hands not really going horizontal because we're having to compensate for that height that we're coming in from there. All right, you can see the same again, carrying the hands a bit too high because we're worried about the boat stability. All right, and actually slightly better here, but again, we want to get that blade traveling to the water. So you can see here, all right, just clear that. You can see just how much distance the blade has to travel to the water, all right, and we're initiating our drive here, and the blade's going forward again. As a result, the telltale sign is there's really no V-splash coming off the blade. Okay, although you can see it coming off Ondine's a little bit. All right, and again you can watch the trajectory of the hands, see how the hands come up and then down here through the drive rather than a nice horizontal drive. Now that's a symptom as much as anything of carrying our hands too high here. All right, you can see you're just touching the water here, and that's again a reaction to not feeling like you can balance the boat together. So here we see it again, and whoop, okay, the hands drop into the catch, and then slightly better there. All right, now we've picked out some room for improvement there, but you can see when we've got the boat nice and stable, if we move to the right-hand frame, all right, how much better the blade trajectory is, all right, when we've got the boat nice and stable. So here you are coming up, correct blade height more or less, okay, and now the blade's descending nicely to the water, all right. And we're taking it more or less on the recovery. Okay, certainly much better. All right, there's a little bit of V-splash coming off the back of the blade there. Okay, so when we have the boat stable, and when we have the other person sitting it, and have a nice platform to row off, we've got our blade work much better. All right, so we want to try and duplicate this blade work that you're able to execute when you have the boat stable, all right, when we're rowing as a double. But it's encouraging, okay, here when you're rowing on your own, that the entry is much better, okay. I'd like to see it a fraction earlier, but you can see, okay, the blade's descending to the water there. If we look at our body angle, clear that, all right. Okay, you can see that it's much better. All right, there it is, pretty good entry.